Hello, welcome back to this series of videos on our online programming language called Scratch. Today we're going to look at Project 2. For those of you who are progressing with this topic, we've already done Project 1, which was moving our sprite left, right, up and down, and we should have already attempted that in the previous lesson. Today we're going to create a new project, so just to remind you, we go to File and New, and rather than call it Untitled 17, we'll give it a new name, and the new name in this case will be Project 2. And what we're going to look at today is how we manipulate backgrounds or backdrops, sounds and effects. Quite a lot of things that we're going to learn today, but ultimately we are going to create an animation at the end of it, and it's going to incorporate different backgrounds, different sounds and visual effects, the effect of something moving on the screen. By the end of this project we will hopefully be able to delete, import and rename sprites, change their costumes, broadcast messages, import new or different backdrops, change between different backdrops, add sounds to our backdrops and add visual effects to our backdrops. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to delete the sprite that we've been using currently. So we've been using the cat. There are a variety of sprites that we can use within our program, but what we're going to do simply is right click on the cat and we are going to delete it. So now we have no backdrop, the backdrop is clear, we have no sprites and we have no script. So we basically have a blank canvas. Now we're going to import a new sprite, so we do that by going down here, and we can either import one from the library or we can paint our own. Now if you are adventurous you may paint your own. For this one, example, we're going to import the sprite from the library. Now when you click on that, you'll see there are a variety of different sprites that you can use in your program. For this one here, I'm going to look for a break dancer. So I'm going to pick the break dancer for this particular one. Now what we can see and what we saw from the previous example is we have now our break dancer, which is our sprite. If we go to costumes, we'll see that the break dancer has a variety of different costumes, 3 to be exact. So if I click through them individually, it would appear, or it makes it look as if the break dancer is actually moving. And that's what the aim of this lesson is today, to program it so that it is moving, and we are able to simulate movement by creating a program that makes it move. Okay, so first of all what we're going to do is we're going to add some script to Breakdancer 1A. So we're going to click on Breakdancer 1A and go back to the script. So currently Breakdancer 1A has no script, and we're going to add the following script. We're going to add an event which says when the green flag is clicked, so when we click on the green flag over here, which will start the program, we're going to switch the costume of the breakdancer. So currently it's costume 1A. We're going to switch it to costume 1C. So when we do that, we'll go back to script, we'll go to looks, and there we have there switch costume to breakdancer. So we're going to drag that over and we have the option to pick from the list whether we want it to be 1A, 1B or 1C. And for this example, we're going to make it 1C. Now what we're then going to do is we're going to add another block in called a control block, and that control block is going to say wait. So it will wait for 1 second. And then we're going to put a third block in which says think, and we're going to change the default of to I wish I was famous. Now as I said to you in the previous video, we are able to try these out as we do them, therefore there's no need for us to finish a program completely before we run it. So I'm happy now to run that program and see what happens. So if I click on the green flag, what should happen is the costume will change, there will be a delay of 1 second, and then a box will appear saying I wish, that's spelled correctly, I wish I was famous for a further 2. Let's try that. Click on green flag, costume changes, there's a delay, and then it says I wish I was famous for 2 seconds. I want you to pause this video just now, do these steps, and we'll resume in a second. Hopefully we now have our breakdancer doing what we've asked it to do. We're going to now add what's called a broadcast onto our program, and these are found in the control section of our program. Or they're not, they're found in the events section of our program. And we'll see at the bottom there's this idea of a broadcast. Now what a broadcast is a message that is sent internally in Scratch, something that we can't see directly, but allows code or blocks of code to communicate with one another. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the breakdancer to, once it's changed costume, we're going to get it to broadcast a message to tell another part of the program that this has happened. And from there we can change message 1 to new message, and we're going to make the name of this message particularly party time. So to understand what's going on here, when we click on the green flag, the costume will change to Breakdancer 1C. There'll be a delay of 1 second. There'll be a bubble on the screen saying, I wish I was famous, for 2 seconds, and then an internal message will be broadcast to say party time. Now, the program will do nothing until you have written a section of code that will pick up or look for that broadcast. So what we're going to do now in the same script is we're going to add in a different event that says, when I receive, and we're going to change that to party time. So the program will only carry out the code that I'm about to add when that broadcast is received, i.e. when this block of code has been run and this particular block has been initiated or actioned. This will then be carried out because the program is looking for it. And what we're going to add to this particular block is what's called a forever loop. Now, a forever loop is one that will run for the duration of the program until we tell it to stop. And what I'm going to do within that loop is I'm going to change the costume to Breakdancer 1A. I'm going to wait for a second, so back into control, and wait for 1 second, and then I'm going to switch the costume to 1B, Breakdancer 1B. Okay, so again, I'm going to wait for a second after that. So let's try and work this through then. We're going to click on stop the program from running. I'm going to click on the green flag, and what should happen then is the costume will go to 1C, wait for a second, say I wish I was famous, sorry, for 2 seconds, and then broadcast party time, which will basically mean this bit of code here will be carried out until we stop the program from running. Let's try it. Okay, I wish I was famous, and then we're into the party time, and that'll just loop until we stop it. You'll see it's doing the same thing over and over again until I stop it. So have a go at that, please. Add that to your program, and we'll see you back here. Pause the video and we'll see you back in a second. Okay, now you'll see from our program that the background is very boring. It's white. There's no backdrop being selected. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the stage or the backdrop area. And very similar to our sprites, we are able to have a look at the backdrops, which currently is blank. And as I said, the sprites, we are able to import a backdrop from the library, or we're able to paint our own. And we'll come to painting our own a bit later on. In the interim though, I want you to click on choose backdrop from library. And we're going to look in this particular example for bedroom 2. Okay, and as well as that one, I'm going to import another background, which is going to be the stage. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to import the stage. Spotlight stage, there we are. So as you can see now, as I click through the different backgrounds, we have my sprite, the character, on a variety of different backgrounds. There's our plain backdrop, there's the bedroom backdrop, and there is the stage. So we can see them by clicking on them individually, and what we'll do is we'll just at this point in time, we will save what we've done so that we don't lose any work. As mentioned in the previous video, because it is cloud based, it does save automatically, but it's good once we've made significant changes just to make sure that it's doing that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the party time broadcast that we had earlier on. So if I go back to my Breakdancer, there was a bit of code in the script that broadcast the message party time. Now we can now use that to do a variety of different things. So we've used it to make the Breakdancer begin to dance, but we're also going to use it to initiate a change to the background. So what we're going to do in this particular message is we're going to go back to the script tab, and we're going to put another script in that says when I receive party time. We're going to make a change to the background, and we're going to change that background to Spotlight Stage. So switch backdrop to Spotlight Stage. Now that's what will happen after the party time is received. What we're going to do before the party time is received, well, we're going to put a when green flag is clicked block in, and we're going to put the backdrop to the bedroom. So if you imagine this animation, the Breakdancer is in his bedroom wishing he was famous when the green flag is clicked, and after the broadcast is sent, the backdrop switches to a stage with him dancing. Let's try that and see how it goes. There we are. Wish I was famous in the bedroom. And then on the stage. Now you'll notice that the character is where I put him initially. If you want to, you can move him around, have a look at the different backdrops and see where he fits on the backdrops. So you might want him to start off there. Again, you can move about and play with that and see how you want it to go. But ultimately, we are now creating a storyline based on broadcast. So have a go at that and we'll see you back in a minute. Okay, hopefully now we've got a breakdancer doing a variety of things. We've got them changing costume, we've got them dancing around the stage, and we've got the backdrop changing. A couple of things that we want to do to finish this lesson off. We want to add some sound to our video. Now, unfortunately, you might not hear the sound in mine, but I'll show you how to do it so that you can hopefully hear it on yours. We're going to select the sounds tab. So we've got a tab up here that says sounds, and within that, it's very similar to the last one. We're able to record our own sounds. Sorry, the backdrop and the script. We can make our own, or we can import it from a library. So we're going to choose this particular one from a library, and we are looking for hip hop. There it is there. Again, you might not hear that on mine. So I'm going to click OK. So I have the hip hop sound there. And what I'm now going to do to the bottom of my script, so where it says when I receive party time, backdrop is going to go to Spotlight Stage. What I'm also going to do at this point is I'm going to play the sound hip hop. So when the backdrop changes to the stage, then there's some music in the background. Again, I'll try that. You might not hear it in yours, but we now have dancing on stage with music in the background. So give that a go, and we'll see you back in a second just to finish this particular program off. Okay, lastly then, we're going to add some visual effects to our program. We can add a variety of visual effects to our program. We'll try these out. Again, you're free to try as many as you like when you're doing your program. So we're going to go to the scripts that we've previously written for the stage. So we're going to go to our stage, and we're going to go to scripts. Sorry, we're going to go to breakdancer and scripts. And what we're going to do is we're going to add something that changes the colour. So we're going to look for looks and this change colour effect. So we're going to put that in to when I receive party time under there. So we're going to switch the backdrop to Spotlight Stage, and we're going to change the colour. We're going to change that word colour to whirl, and we're going to change the parameter, the number in the box there, to 75. So change whirl effect by 75, and then we're going to wait for a second. Sorry, half a second, 0.5, and 0.5. And then we're going to change a different effect. So we're going back to looks and change. And this particular one here is going to be the pixelate effect by 75 again. And again, we're then going to wait for a further half a second. So all I'm doing is adding these blocks into what I've currently got. And then last bit, I'm going to go to looks and I'm going to clear the graphics effects before the sound is played. So let's have a go at that and see what happens. Let's run it. And as we can see, there were some graphics effects at the start of our program there. So that's about it from us. In terms of extension tasks, why don't you try another third backdrop to your animation and continue on with the story that's being told? You could incorporate some more sounds and visual effects, and if you do that, you can save that as extension project too. So have a go and see how you get on, and we'll see you back for the next video.